So we're going to look at the solutions for your last fractions assignment. You were subtracting these two fractions here. Clearly you can see they don't have the same denominator, so we need that to be the same, and that would mean that you should have been changing the denominators to be the lowest common multiple of 5 and 10, which is of course 10. So that does mean that the first fraction doesn't change. The second one, you make it over 10. When you do that, remember that if you change the bottom number, in this case 5 multiplied by 2 makes 10, you also need to change that top number. So that needs to be a 4 on the top. Right, your 2/5 is the same as 4/10. So you're doing 9/10, take away 4/10 would be 5/10. Now of course that needs to be simplified. So we'll be looking for you to divide top and bottom by 5, and that would make you final answer of a half. So remember, if you've got to 5/10, that you should, to get the final mark, if it was a test you were doing, you would really need to do that simplifying process. It's important that you get into the habit of doing that. For thirds and sevenths, we're looking for in number 2, the lowest common multiple of 3 and 7 is 21. That means I would be wanting to see on the bottom there 21. That does mean that you need to be changing the top number as well. So this one, 7 into 21, you're looking to multiply by 3, which would mean the top number on that fraction needs to be 9. On this side, you have multiplied by 7, so the top number on that side needs to be 14. Once you've got the bottom numbers to be the same, so they're both 21, you're just adding the top numbers. So you're doing 9 add 14 is 23 over 21. That's a top heavy fraction. I would want to see that you know 21 goes into 23 one whole time with 2 bits left over, so that it would be 1 and 2 over 21. So make sure you know when you're doing this that the bottom numbers need to be the same. You need to be changing the top numbers when you've done that. Now those ones were just fractions, they didn't involve mixed numbers, but this was your latest learning intention, was to look at what happens when you've got mixed numbers. So when you've got mixed numbers, they need to be changed into top heavy fractions. So 4 times 3 is 12, add on 1 means you've got 13 over 3. 1 times 6 is 6, add on 5 means 11 over 6. Bottom numbers are different, we need to make them the same. We're doing the lowest common multiple of 3 and 6, which of course is 6. And that means that that first fraction, to change, if you change the 3 into 6, you have multiplied by 2, so you need to do the same to the 13, so it becomes 26 over 6. The other one doesn't need to change at all, it was already over 6. And at that point, once your denominators are the same, you just add the top. So you're going to have 26 add 11 is 37 over 6. It's a top heavy fraction. I'd be looking for you to do 6 into 37, goes in 6 times remainder 1. So you can easily change that back into a mixed number. So that would become 6 whole pieces and 1/6. For this last example, same thing again, right? We need to change them into top heavy fractions. We've got our mixed numbers going on, so we've got 3 times 4 is 12, add 1 is 13 over 4, minus 1 times 3 is 3, add 2 makes 5 over 3. You're then looking for the denominators to be the same, so lowest common multiple of 3 and 4. First number that's in the 3 times and the 4 times table is 12, so that's what we need our denominators to be. So we need them to be 12. On this side, that means you're timesing by 3 top and bottom, so that would mean you'd have 39 there, and you're taking away. On this side, You've got times them by 4 to change the 3 into 12, so you times that 5 by 4, means that would be 20. You're then left to subtract those, so 39 take away 20 would leave you on the top 19, and you've got 12 on the bottom. It's a top heavy fraction, so 12 into 19 is going to go in once, remainder 7, so that is 1 7/12. So any of them that you've got wrong, you can copy down, check where you've made your errors, and try and learn from them and make the progress so that you'll get more practice on this if you need to.